So the next best practice, which is the eighth one, is to update all the software regularly. So which I have been telling like since the last 2 to 3 practices. So keeping your software updated regularly, makes that software to have all the additional or recent features that has been added by the company. So the softwares which is being developed, and which is being distributed among the society where people are using it, will be updated with certain features now and then. So if you update your application now and then, that additional features which is being added to that application by the company people will be updated here when you update your application, and that is very very important. Okay, so the ninth practice is, do not use pirated software. When we say pirated, we mean that it is unlicensed. So there are certain software which do not asks you to buy a license, that is which you can download it without paying anything for them. So there are many softwares like that, and we tend to download those kind of software. For example, antiviruses, there are many antiviruses which you get without paying anything, which is for free, which wherein you need not have to buy any kind of license for that. But there are certain antivirus softwares wherein you which is licensed, wherein you have to pay certain amount and then buy their license in order to use the application. So what happens when you buy this pirated or unlicensed software is that you will not be getting any kind of updates, as I said previously. That is one thing. The second one is, it will not give you 100% assurance of giving a kind of security that it should be giving, or any kind of if you have downloaded a messaging app, it will not provide authorizations or guarantees that it will work effectively or efficiently. So that is one of the drawback of unlicensed or pirated softwares. So you have to look for only those softwares which are licensed. Okay, the next, or the 10th best practice is back up your data regularly, which is very very important. So regularly backing up your data will make your data secure, as well as you will be assured that your data is kept safe somewhere in your system, whichever the file that you have backed up to, or whichever the external SD cards that you have backed up to. Okay, so which will not be taken or misused by any other third party. The next best practice is use data encryption. Here data encryption means whenever if there is any kind of information that you are sending to, let's say, WhatsApp. So when we try to send any message using WhatsApp, wherein the internet is required in order for this communication to happen, your data, that is what is the message that you type, will not go or reach the receiver on the other hand in the same way. That will be encrypted. Once you click on the send button, your data or the message will be encrypted into different form. Okay, so the textual data will be encrypted, or converted into a different form. It could be numbers or something like that. Then it will be sent to the receiver, and the receiver on the other hand, while receiving the data, again it will be encrypted, or I mean to say, sorry, decrypted back to the textual format if it is the text message that you are sending here. So this kind of encryption happens, and using data encryption whenever you're sending any kind of very very important or confidential information is the best thing. Okay, encrypting your data is the best thing. Okay, so to give you a simple example, encryption is something like where you and the person on the other hand can only understand that language. Okay, now let's say I'm speaking in English. So let's say that you and me also know another language, which is French, wherein the other people doesn't know that. So if I communicate something in French, only you and I will be able to understand. That is, I'm encrypting the information wherein only we two can understand. So that a way of forming a data in a different way where anybody else or the hacker couldn't hack and understand it is called as encryption. Okay, the next practice is the 12th one. Best practice is make a startup disk. Now when I say startup disk, like whenever you switch on your system, or your PC, laptops or your desktops. So there's a booting process that happens wherein your operating system, that is the application, that is your Windows application, will get, it is bootstrapped, wherein it starts, the application will start running, correct? So sometimes when your system is hacked, or if there is any viruses that is being attacked to your system, or any malware functions that has been incorporated in your system will not be able to turn on itself. I mean to say, will not be able to turn on the operating system on the desktop or the system, which is the basic thing, which is the Windows that you have downloaded, that operating system will not turn on. So if that happens, keeping up a backup, that is of a startup disk, where it has a bootstrap or the boot table, is very very important. Okay, so that it'll help you to turn on your system, and it'll help you to gain all the data that you have stored in your system, even though if there is a virus that is being attacked. Okay, also keeping this startup disk virus free is very very important, because if there is a virus that is being attacked to this disk also, which is the startup disk, then you will not be able to make use of this disk to start your computer. Okay, so that is startup disk. The 13th one is clear cookies and browsers. So what does cookies means? Whenever you are using any browsers, the browsers will store certain information, that is when exactly you have started, let's say I've turned on my Chrome now, and I've searched for some information. So my Chrome browser will keep information about when did I open this Chrome application, at what time did I open, what is the information that I searched for, when did I get the response, and if there's any other activity that I've done using the browser, what is that. So all these things, kind of information will be stored by the browser. So this is these informations are called as cookies, and this cookie should be cleared in the browser. And the last one is never leave your computer unattended. As I said, if you have been to any browser or any cyber centers where you have you were using the system, and you got a call, you got up and you came out to speak, wherein there are chances wherein people like somebody else could take that as an advantage, and get into your system and check all the details whatever you're doing on the system, so which is again a threat. So you should never ever leave your system unattended. The last subtopic is clearing data stored in the browser. As I said, the 13th one, which is the cookies. So there are certain steps for that. First, let us say that if you're using a Mozilla Firefox browser, you can go into that, or your Chrome browser. You have to go to the browser and click on the open menu, which is the three hyphen kind of symbol that is present on the top right corner. Click on that. When you click on that, you will get certain options, list of options, under which you have to click on options again, and then click on privacy and security section. So when you click on that, you will get a window which will get opened with the browser, with the name browsers privacy, a window. So under this, you have to you will see different kind of sections. So what are the different sections that you see is, you see such as forms and passwords, history, cookies, site data, addresses, tracking protections, etc. So out of these, you have to go you can clear your informations from forms and password, and histories, as well as cookies and site data. So in case of forms and password, these section holds the information whenever you have logged into any new site. You have created an account where you give all the details in the form of form. There will be a form which is being presented. It will ask you for the username, password, and all these things. So these kind of information will be stored under this category. So you have to select that, and then make sure that you delete all the entries that you have made. Okay. Then when it comes to history, which we already know,